So in this video lecture, pag-uusapan po natin is the accounting procedure for current liabilities. When to recognize, when to classify liabilities, or when to determine or calculate how much current liabilities must be recognized and presented in the financial statement of an entity. But before po natin pag-usapan yung major definitions and criteria ng pagiging current liabilities, is dapat alamin muna natin paano ba natin na-identify na meron na po tayong liability. Okay, so let's define first what is a liability. Under conceptual framework, okay, so the liability is defined as a present obligation of an entity to transfer an economic resource as a result of past events. Yun po yung definition po ng liabilities. So there are three important criteria na binanggit po doon. Okay, so ito lang po yung atin pong tatandaan, that if these three items are present, therefore there is a liability. Okay, so ano po yung mga nabanggit po sa definition? Una, binanggit po doon that there must be a present obligation. Okay, so present obligation. And pangalawa, binanggit din po doon that the present of an entity or present obligation of the entity is to transfer, yan, to transfer an economic resource. Okay? And number 3, okay, so this present obligation is result of past events. Okay, so yan po itong mga tatlong criteria na nabanggit po sa definition po ng isang liability. If wala po itong tatlong ito, okay, hindi po natin pwedeng sabihin that there is a liability. Okay, so lahat po dapat yan ay present. Now, isa-isahin po natin yung definition po niya para mas maintindihan po natin. Okay, may binanggit po siya doon, there must be a present obligation or the obligation itself. Okay? Pag sinabi po nating obligation, this is the duty, okay, or responsibility of an entity. Okay, responsibility, okay, of an entity that has no, okay, practical ability. Okay, anong wala po siyang practical ability? To avoid. Okay, so hindi po talaga niya matatakbuhan. Okay po, hindi niya maiiwasan. And take note of this, no? So, binanggit lang po sa atin ng standard o ng conceptual framework sa definition, itong tatlo na to, wala po siyang binanggit that the identity, okay, identity of the party we owed okay, is not required. To be known. Ayan. Ang sinasabi lang po doon, okay, kapag mayroon kang present obligation, and yung obligation na yon is to settle that through giving service or yan, to transfer an economic resource. Ibabanggitin natin anong klaseng transfer, anong klaseng economic resource po yon. Okay po. Kailangan natin siyang isettle, pero kung ang question dito, kanino natin isi-settle, hindi po siya requirement para magkaroon po tayo ng liability. So as long as there is a present obligation, there is a possibility of recognition of a liability. And that obligation does not require the identity of the person we owed. Yun po yung sinasabi po. Ulitin lang po natin, yung obligation na binabanggit po dito pagdating sa definition ng liability, yung identity ng party kung na doon sa pinagkakautangan po natin ay hindi po siya requirement. Okay po? So ganun po siya. As long as there is a present obligation, okay, there can be a recognition of liability. Now, let's go to the another criteria. Ang sabi po dito, transfer of an economic resource. Ano ba binabanggit po dito na economic resource? Usually, ito po yung tinatawag po natin na benefits. Okay? Or, there are some accounting terms, economic benefits. Yun po siya, or economic resource. Yan. Pero, in layman's term, para mas madali po natin maintindihan, ito po yung mga assets po natin. Okay? Assets that we benefited from. Okay po? So, like for example, yung mga income na na-generate natin dun sa mga investments. Ano pa? Yung mga resources. Okay? Yung mga goods. Yung mga cash. Ayan, yung mga yan. Okay? Mga benefits po yan sa atin. Na kapag ginamit po natin, pwede po natin silang gamitin to acquire, to purchase. Okay po? Materials and any other. Okay? So, yun po yung tinatawag po natin na economic resource po dito. And ano po yung binabanggit na kailangan daw natin i-transfer? Okay? The reason why we need to transfer, kasi nga binanggit niya dito, there is no practical ability to avoid unless we transfer an economic resource. And ano po ba yung ita-transfer po natin? Pwede po tayong mag-transfer ng cash. Okay, yan po yung pinaka-common. Pwede din po tayong mag-transfer ng goods. Or pwede din po tayo mag-transfer ng service. Okay? Yan po yung mga pinaka-common na economic resource na pwede po natin i-transfer to settle, okay, our obligation. And syempre, pinakahuli, sa definition po ng liabilities, we don't have this present obligation if there is no past events. Pag sinabi lang pong past events, okay, ito po yung mga past transactions na nangyari. Okay? Past transactions that give birth, okay, to the present obligation. Okay? So, paano ba natin malalaman that there is a past events? When an expense has been incurred. Yan, di ba? Or service had been received. Yan yung mga key terms or key verb tinitignan po natin. Incurred, received, yung mga yan. Kapag nangyari na po yan, ibig sabihin there is a past events. Okay? That a present obligation may arise. But, not all events may create a present obligation. So, ano po bang klaseng events lang po? Those events are what we called obligating event. Okay, so obligating events. So, these events are the only events that a present obligation may arise. Nakuha? So, there are 3 criteria para maklasify po natin yung isang liability. Okay, una, dapat there is a present obligation. There must be a and that present obligation is not cannot be avoided unless we will transfer an economic resource. And when we say transfer of economic resource, we transfer cash, goods, or service. Okay? And this present obligation arises due to past transactions or past events. And these past events known as obligating events. And these obligations, balikan lang po natin, okay? Ito yung obligating event na yan, obligation. Okay, we have 2 common sources. Okay? So, una, ito yung through legal. Okay, legal obligation. At pag sinabi po nating legal obligation, ito yung imposition ng atin pong mga batas or through contracts or through other operation of law. Yan. Yan. Okay? So, yung mga yan. Bigyan ng mga example. Halimbawa, nagbabayad tayo ng tax. O, diba, ang tax, nag-impose niyan dahil sa tax code po natin. Batas yung gumawa. Contracts naman, ito yung halimbawa, pumasok ka in a advertisement. Yan. Mga advertisement. Okay? Like for example, ABC Marketing Group. Yan. Okay? Ang business nila is i-market ang isang product and pumasok tayo sa contract with them to advertise our product. So, contract po yun. Okay? And other operation of law. Okay po. Next is, ano pa yung mga other obligation po na ito? Pwede din po siyang if true legal and pwede din pong tinatawag po natin na constructive obligation. At pag sinabi natin constructive obligation, ito na po yung common practice ng entity. Okay? Practice ng entity that will lead to the creation of the liability. Okay? So, bigyan na lang tayo ng mga common example. Halimbawa, nagbibigay ng bonus. hindi naman minsan kailangan ng contract po yan. Okay? Or, like for example, practice ng company na magbigay ng bonus sa mga empleyado at year-end. So, at every year, okay, meron na po tayong liability sa mga empleyado natin for bonuses. Okay po? So, ganun po siya. Unless there is a specific conditions. But then, yung pagbibigay natin ng bonus, dahil practice na ng entity yon, okay po, if na-meet yung certain condition, magbibigay tayo ng bonus. Parang ganun po. Okay? So, practice po siya ng entity and it does not require laws or contracts. But, still, when this constructive obligation happens, okay po, a liability must be recognized. Parang ganun po. Okay? So, ito po yung pinaka-definition po ng liabilities. Pero tatlo lang po yung tatandaan mo. Okay? If there is a present obligation to transfer an economic resource due to past events, ibig sabihin po, a liability must be recognized. Okay? So, yun po yung atin pong definition ng liabilities. Now, let's go to the classification. Since we already know the definition of a liability, syempre, we need to classify them. Okay? So, classification of a liability. Okay? So, meron po tayong tatlo na different categories ng classification. Una, pwede po natin i-classify ang isang liability as to their nature. Okay? So, as to their nature, dalawa lang po yun. Pwede po natin i-classify, una, as a financial liabilities. Okay, yan, financial liabilities. And ano po ang definition po ng financial liabilities? Pag sinabi pong financial liabilities, okay, it is any liability, okay, that is contractual obligation. So, in short, kailangan po, ito ay isang contractual obligation. Obligation. Pero, anong klaseng contractual obligation po na to? Number 1, deliver cash or other financial asset. Okay? Or to exchange financial instrument with another entity. Yan. Under condition, okay, under conditions that are unfavorable. Potentially unfavorable. Okay, so yan po yung tatandaan po natin. Okay? So to classify the liability as financial liability, una, dapat titignan po natin saan ba nanggaling yung obligation po natin dun sa liability na yan. Is it contractual? Pag sinabi natin contract, okay, these are pag the definition po ng contract. According to our civil code, pag sinabi natin contract, is actually the meeting of the minds. Yan. Meeting of the minds. Where the other party must transfer, okay, a resource, and the other one, okay, pwede po siyang mag-transfer naman ng service in exchange, no, for the financial assets or financial instruments na pwede pong ibayad. Okay, so ganoon po siya. Meeting of the minds. So, hindi po pwede yung other party magbe-benefit, yung isa hindi. So, both parties benefit from each other. Ang pinagkaiba lang is yung isa pwede pong service yung ibigay or goods, yung isa naman is financial instrument. Okay? So, if there is a meeting of the mind between two parties involved, meron pong contract na tinatawag. Okay? So, ganun po yung atin pong titignan. And, paano ba natin isi-settle po yung contractual obligation po na yun? If to deliver cash or other financial assets, and therefore, it is a financial liability. Or, if it is a contractual obligation to exchange financial instrument with another entity under conditions that are potentially unfavorable. So in short, ang binabanggit lang po dito, if ang ibabayad po natin, okay, if the liability is created through contracts, okay po, so ito po, bibigyan kita ng guide. Mga-classify natin yung isang utang or isang liability as financial liability if, unang requirement po dito, galing ba siya sa contract? Okay? If the answer is yes, ang next question ba natin doon is, ang gagawin ba natin is, we deliver, okay, so we deliver cash, okay, or other financial instrument or assets, okay? If the answer is yes, and therefore, pwede na natin siya i-classify as financial liability. Now, if the contract, okay, if the liability coming from a contract, if the answer is no, edi automatic po yan, hindi siya financial liability. Now, dito, di ba, if yes, tapos ang next question naman natin, galing siya sa contract, tama? And sabi natin yes, pero hindi pala tayo magdi-deliver ng cash, but rather to deliver other, okay, mode of payment. Like for example, to deliver service, yan, or to deliver goods. O, syempre, hindi na po yan papasok sa definition po ng financial liabilities. Papasok na po siya sa tinatawag po natin na non-financial liabilities. So, ganoon din po, if there is a liability, okay, may liability coming from a contract, if the answer is no, edi automatic, non-financial liability din po siya. Ulitin lang po natin ha. Pag sinabi natin financial liabilities, these are contractual obligation, okay, to deliver cash or other financial assets or exchange financial instruments. So in short, itong dalawa na yan, dalawa lang binabanggit. Isisettle natin yung contractual obligation sa pamamagitan ng pagbabayad ng cash or other financial assets or instruments. Okay po. If the answer of both questions, okay, is it a contractual obligation? Question yan. If the answer is yes, ang next question doon, magdi-deliver ka ba ng cash? If the answer is yes, and therefore, financial liability. Okay, if the answer dun sa first question natin is it a contractual obligation, and the answer is no, o di non-financial po siya. Okay? Now, in case na galing siya sa contract, ang next question natin doon is, magdi-deliver ba tayo ng cash or hindi? If the answer is no, and therefore, non-financial po siya. Okay? So, this non-financial is the other classification of a liability. Okay? So, this non-financial liability. And what's the definition of a non-financial? The definition of this is residual definition. Ang ibig sabihin ng residual definition, kung hindi po siya pasok sa kategory ng pagiging financial, ibig sabihin, magiging non-financial liability po. Okay? So, ganun po siya. So, ganun lang po kadali. Okay? So, ang first question lagi natin sa pagka-classify ng liability as to nature, first question, is it coming from a contract? If the answer is no, therefore, non-financial na po siya kagad. Now, if the answer is yes, tatanungin mo ulit yung sarili mo, magdi-deliver ba tayo ng cash or other non-financial asset? If the answer is yes, edi pasok siya sa definition ng non-financial. If no, and therefore, okay po, hindi po natin siya pwede i-classify as financial, but rather, it is now classified as non-financial. Okay po. Now, let's have our first illustrative example, no? To, let's test or to, let's try to identify and apply this atin pong flowchart. So, here is our problem number 1. So, ang requirement sa atin, we classify them whether they are financial liability, non-financial liability, or not a liability at all. Kasi di ba binanggit natin kanina yung definition po ng liability. Okay, so as of December 31, the following balances appear at the prime builders companies or records. Okay, accounts payable arising from purchase of construction materials. So, this type of transaction, ang tawag natin dyan is obligating event. Because we already purchased, yan, arising, yan, ginamit niya, arising from purchase. So, we purchased construction materials. Okay po, 450,000. So, accounts payable po yung account. Is this a financial or non-financial? So, to answer that, Meron ba tayong contract dyan? Okay, meron ba contractual obligation? Oh, definitely yes. Okay po. So there is a meeting of the mind between we, purchaser, and to the entity who sells construction materials. Okay po. So meron po tayong contract kasi may meeting of the minds po doon. Okay, therefore, it is a contract obligation. But the question is this contractual obligation, magdi-deliver ba tayo ng cash to settle? And definitely yes. Okay po. So, to settle the 450,000 ng utang, kailangan natin magbayad kay entity na pinagbilan po natin ng construction material. So, therefore, pasok siya sa definition ng financial liability. Number 2, unearned rent income. Okay, so, unearned rent income, so, yung unearned pa lang, no? Liability account po yan. Advance payment, o naka-receive na tayo, tama, ng payment from a tenant. 60,000. O, so, to answer that, is there a contractual obligation? The answer is yes. But, the next question here is this contractual obligation, in order to settle, kailangan ba natin mag-deliver ng cash or other financial asset? And the answer is, hindi. Kasi po, para ma-settle natin yung obligation po natin from our tenant, kailangan po niyang i-occupy. So, in short, service yung kailangan natin i-provide. So, therefore, wala naman tayong nabanggit kanina dito na service, di ba? Cash or other financial asset. So, pag service, non-financial po siya. Okay? So, non-financial liability. Accrued salaries payable. So, kailan ba tayo nagka-accrue ng salaries? Kapag na-render na yung service sa atin ng mga empleyado. O ibig sabihin, na-receive na natin yung service, may utang na tayo ngayon, bayaran natin sila. Okay, ano ba yung, meron ba tayong contractual obligation doon? Yes, definitely. Okay, paano ba natin isi-settle yung obligation po natin? Magbabayad po tayo ng sahod. Okay, cash. So, therefore, it is a financial. Estimated warranty liability. Obligation to repair units sold. Okay po. So, is this an obligation? Yes, definitely. Is there a contractual obligation? Yes. Okay po, bumili sa atin yung customer. So, may contract obligation po tayo. But the question is, yung contract obligation po natin is magdi-deliver ba tayo ng cash or ng other financial asset? Hindi. Kasi ang kailangan po natin is to repair. So, that is a service. Okay po. So, dahil service yung ating ipoprovide to settle the obligation, so, pasok po siya sa definition ng non-financial. Kasi, hindi po siya pasok doon sa pagiging financial. Income tax payable due to BIR. O, so, ito naman, is there a contractual obligation? The answer is no. Kasi po, yung pagbabayad natin ng tax kay BIR, balikan lang po natin dito, di ba? Meron tayong legal obligation kanina. Pag sinabing legal, pwedeng galing yan sa laws or contracts. Pag laws, example natin kanina is yung tax. O, di ba? O, so, ibig sabihin, those income taxes or income tax liabilities are not arises due to contractual obligation, but rather due to the imposition of our laws. Okay po? So, yun po ha. So, hindi dahil siya galing sa contract, but rather law. Kaya, sa non-financial po siya. Next, notes payable, 6-month bank loan, 500,000. Financial or non-financial? O, syempre, to settle the bank loan, kailangan natin magbayad ng pera. Di ba? There is a contract? Yes, definitely. Okay po. So, this is a financial liability. Cash dividends payable. Okay? So, this is financial or non-financial? So, yung cash dividends is a contractual-like transaction po yan. Although there is no meeting of the minds between the shareholders, but they already assume, okay, na makaka-receive kasi sila ng income through dividends. So, yun po siya. So, it is a contractual-like obligation. But the next question here is, to settle this obligation, kailangan ba natin magbayad ng cash? To answer that, what type of dividend ba yung pre-provide sa atin? Actually, dito mo makikita. Sinabi niya, cash dividend. So, ibig sabihin, ang ipambabayad po natin to settle this liability is to pay with cash. So, pasok ulit siya sa definition ng financial liability. Next, SSS, PhilHealth contributions payable within or withheld from employees. Okay po. So, SSS, PhilHealth. O meron ba tayong contract kay SSS? Meron ba tayong PhilHealth? Tapos sasabihin natin, mag-withhold kami ng contribute ng premium ha, kayo sa mga empleyado. Meron ba? Wala naman, di ba? Ang nag-require sa atin noon is yung batas mismo. O so dahil batas yon, hindi po siya galing sa contract. Okay po. So, therefore, it is not a contractual obligation, non-financial po siya kaagad. Security deposits, refundable to tenants at the end of the lease. So, yung mga security deposit, ito po yung mga, di ba, pag meron kang nirerentahan, most of the time, these are yung 1 month advance or 1 month advance and 1 month deposit. Ayan. Yung tinutukoy po natin dito is yung deposit mismo. Na kapag umalis ka na, marireceive ni tenant. Yun po yun. Ito po yun. Refundable to tenants. Okay po. Ano ba yung ibibigay natin sa mga tenants kapag alis na sila? Di ba cash? Okay. Is there a contractual obligation? Yes. Okay po. You have the meeting of the minds between the landlord and the tenant. Di ba? I-occupy ni tenant yung property. In exchange, kailangan niyang magbayad ng rental fees. Ayun po yun. Contractual obligation po yun. Okay po. So, to settle the security deposits, we must pay 100,000. So, therefore, financial liabilities. So, all of them are liabilities. Okay po? But only the accounts payable, accrued salaries payable, notes to bank loans, cash dividends, and the security deposits are considered to be a financial. So, yun po ha. Ulitin lang po natin yung definition po ng financial. Ang first question lagi natin, is there a contractual obligation? Or is there a contract? If the answer is yes, ang next question natin doon, magde-deliver ba tayo ng cash or hindi? If the answer is yes, palitan lang natin to. If the answer is yes, and therefore, yes, so financial liability siya. Pero if the answer is no, non-financial po siya. Ayan po. Okay, yan yung magiging guide question po natin, ha? Okay po. So, next classification po tayo. Or, sagot po tayo ng additional problem. Siguro mas maganda, bago natin sagutan yung susunod na problem, is we discuss the another classification, okay po, ng liability. Okay, so we discuss. So, kanina nabanggit na po natin, no? We can classify the liability as to nature. Pag sinabi natin as to nature, financial liability ba yan? Or non-financial liability. And then, meron din po tayo as to presentation. Okay, presentation in financial statement. Okay po. So, in short, paano ba natin kina-classify or pine-present yung mga liabilities sa atin pong balance sheet? Okay, so yung sa financial statement po na yan po yung sa balance sheet po natin. Di ba dalawa lang naman po yun? Di ba sa balance sheet natin, yung pinakauna, assets. And we classify the assets, whether they are current or non-current. And then, ang next doon is the liabilities. So, paano ba natin pine-present yung liabilities? Similar to assets, we have current. So, current. And number 2, we have the non-current. Kapag sinabi po natin current, meron pong 4 na criteria dito. Okay? If hindi na may itong 4 na to, pasok po siya sa definition ng non-current. Kaya uulitin lang po natin dito, no? Si non-current, residual definition po siya ulit. Okay? Residual definition. Na kapag hindi po na-meet yung criteria ng pagiging current, magfo-fall siya under non-current. So, ano po ba yung current? Masasabi lang natin that the liability is current if, number 1, the settlement of the liability is within the normal operating cycle. Okay? Pag sinabi nating operating cycle, ito po yung transactions na kung saan matatapos yung buong business cycle po natin. Ano ba yung business cycle? Ito po yung nag-purchase ka, okay? So you buy raw materials, raw mats, and then you transform them. Okay, you transform those raw materials to finished goods and you sell them to your customers, and then you collect the payment from customers, and after collection you pay your creditors. Okay po. So itong cycle na yan, kasi syempre di ba pagbibili tayo ng raw materials, yan, sa mga creditor yon. Okay po. Kaya hanggang sa mabayaran natin yung mga pinambili po natin ng raw mats or yung mga inventories po natin, kapag natapos na po yan, itong buo na to, yan po yung tinatawag po natin na cycle. Okay po? Or operating cycle. Okay? So may computation po tayo dito under MAS. Okay po? Management Accounting na po yun. Okay? But for now, for financial accounting, basta tandaan lang po natin that the settlement ng pagiging current kailangan within the normal operating cycle. So like for example, no, halimbawa may utang po tayo and yung atin pong operating cycle lasts for 13 months. So yan, from buying the raw materials to transform, to sell, collect, and pay our creditors, 13 months ang inaabot. So kahit na yung utang po natin abutin siya ng 13 months bago natin siya mabayaran, okay po, pasok pa din siya sa pagiging current. Yun po yung tinutukoy po natin dito. Okay? So, as long as the settlement is within the normal operating cycle, current po siya. Number 2, syempre, kung hindi natin malaman if ilan yung or gaano katagal yung ating operating cycle, okay, if the settlement is within 12 months. Yan. 12 months after the reporting date. Okay po. So, dito, halimbawa, may utang ka. Tapos sabihin natin, yung operating cycle natin is 6 months. Okay po. And yung utang natin, mababayaran lang natin siya in 10 months. Okay po. Pasok ba siya as current? The answer is definitely yes. Kasi po, sabi ng standard or sabi ng conceptual framework, the current liabilities can be settled within 12 months. Pasok ba siya? Yes. Okay po. So, ganun po. Okay, then number 3, there are some liabilities na ang settlement po niya ay unknown. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng beyond normal operating cycle or beyond 12 months. Pero, they are classified as trade. Yan. Trade liabilities. So, ito kahit na kahit na within or beyond normal operating cycle po yan or beyond 12 months yung kanyang settlement, as long as it is a trade liability, always current po yung presentation po natin. Okay, so mamaya discuss natin yung definition ng trade. Number 4, syempre, if the entity does not have, yan, so does not have an unconditional right to defer the settlement, okay, the settlement with at least 12 months after the reporting period. Yan. So take note of this ha. Does not have. Yan. Not have an unconditional right. So in short, walang capacity or capability si entity na wag bayaran in due date. Okay po. So bigyan kita ng example para mas maintindihan mo. Halimbawa, umutang ka ng 5,000. Okay po, kay B creditor. Okay po, ang due niya is next week na. Okay, pag sinabi natin does not have an unconditional right, okay po, ibig sabihin, hindi mo pwedeng hindi bayaran yung utang mo ng 5,000 na mag-due next week. Okay po, unless makikipag-usap ka. Okay po, if ganun kasi yung scenario, wala kang karapatan na i-defer yung payment, ibig sabihin, ang assumption natin is kailangan mo na siyang bayaran or maturing na siya currently. Nakuha? Kasi kapag halimbawa, meron kang capacity or meron kang conditional right to defer, ang sinasabi ng standard, ibig sabihin, pwede mong wag muna i-delay ng i-delay. Tama? I-delay ng i-delay yung payment. So, ang sinasabi doon, di wag dapat siya i-classify as current. Pero kung wala ka namang karapatan na i-defer yung payment, di ibig sabihin, wag mo dapat i-delay yung payment. Parang ganon. Okay po? So, yung apat po na yan po yung definition ng pagiging current. Na kapag wala po yung apat na yan, magiging non-current po siya. Okay? So, ano po yun? Number 1, the settlement is within the normal operating cycle or the settlement is within 12 months and whichever is longer. Okay po, whichever is longer po sa dalawa na yan. Or if the settlement can be unknown but it is trade liability, still it can be classified as current. And number 4, does not have an unconditional right to defer the settlement for at least 12 months after the reporting date. Ang titignan mo dito, kailangan wala pong unconditional right. Okay? Yan po yung atin pong another classification. As to presentation ng financial, pwede po siya ma-classify as current or non-current. And last, okay, as to source. Okay, para mamaya, dire-diretso po tayo sa pagsusolve. So, as to source naman po, pwede natin i-classify yung isang liability as to trade liabilities or non-trade. O kapag sinabi po nating trade, these are obligations arising from purchase of goods, okay, on account from a supplier. So in short, anong klaseng goods to? Yan yung mga binibenta po natin sa atin pong business. Okay po? So ganun po siya. So purchase of goods on account from a supplier. Ang tawag natin doon, trade liabilities. Kaya nga tinawag siyang trade. Pag sinabi natin trade, that is your normal business operation. O, halimbawa, nagbebenta ka ng gulaman. Ayan. Okay, so bumili ka ng yung gulaman powder. Okay po. Kanino? Kay supplier. Ayan. So, ang tawag natin doon is trade liability kapag inutang mo. Okay po? Yung pangbili ng gulaman. Okay po? So, trade liability. Kapag sinabi naman natin non-trade, edi kapag hindi siya trade, non-trade po siya. So, in short, residual definition po ulit. Residual definition. Okay? So, yan po yung ating pong classification ng liability. So, meron po tayong classification as to nature, financial or non-financial, as to presentation in FS, current and non-current, and as to source, trade and non-trade. Sige. So, now, as to source, nabanggit kasi natin, trade and non-trade, paano ba natin kina-classify them in presenting in financial statement? Si trade, always current po yan. Always current. Bakit? Kasi kasama siya doon, no? Diba? Napansin mo ba? Nandun siya, basta kapag trade liability daw siya, edi current. O ito yun. O kapag trade liab, always current. Tama? Kapag non-trade naman, o syempre, titignan mo. Okay? Pasok ba siya dun sa tatlo? If the settlement within normal operating cycle, within 12 months, or does not have an unconditional right to defer, edi 12 months. Okay? If pasok siya dun sa 3 definitions, or 3 criteria ng pagiging 3 criteria of current liability. If the answer is yes, edi ibig sabihin current liability po siya. If the answer is no, edi ibig sabihin non-current liability po. Okay? So now let's have our illustrative example number 2. So the requirements are identify the classification as to nature. So financial ba yan or non-financial? And as to timing or the presentation in FS, current ba yan or non-current? Okay, then ika-calculate to natin total financial liabilities and total current liabilities. Okay, sige. So, identify natin. Gawa tayong table. So, dito na lang. Okay po. So, financial ba yan? Okay po. And, non-financial. I-tick mark na lang natin. Accounts payable, 450,000. So, ito, pag silent ang problem, okay, contractual obligation po yan. O, syempre, accounts payable po yan. Saan ba nanggagaling accounts payable? Hindi ba galing yan sa mga purchase natin ng goods sa mga supplier? Diba? So, therefore, it is a trade liability. Tama? Trade liability po yan. So, automatic po yan, current. Okay, kahit nawala yan, kahit tanggalin mo yan, okay, alam mo na current po yan. Nakuha? Kasi nga po, isa po siyang trade liability. So, this is a financial liability and current. Okay? So, meron na tayo dito sa financial liability. Lagyan natin, 450,000. So, total current, 450,000. Okay? So, AP. Bonds payable, 2 million, maturing on December 31, 2030. Ano ba yung date to date? December 31, 2025. So, syempre, yung bonds payable na yan, hindi po siya trade liabilities. Kasi nga po, nag-i-issue po tayo ng bond certificate po dyan. Okay? So, hindi po siya galing sa pag-purchase ng materials or ng goods from our suppliers. So, therefore, non-trade liability po siya. But then, tatanungin po natin sarili natin, pasok ba siya sa pagiging current? Okay? So, non-trade po yan. Okay? Is this a financial? Yes, financial pa din po ito, no? Financial liability po yan. Kasi yung bond certificate serves as a contract. Okay? And yung payment po niya is to deliver cash. So, bonds payable, 2 million. Now, to answer if whether it is current or non-current, kailan ba yung due date niya or yung maturity niya? Sabi niya dito, December 31, 2030. So, hindi pa siya within 12 months. Tama ba? Wala din binanggit regarding sa operating cycle. So, ang gagawin na lang natin is yung within 12 months. So, therefore, this is financial liability and non-current liability. Okay? So, ganyan po siya. Mortgage payable, 5 million. The company pays 500,000 every December 31. So, ito naman, yung mortgage payable po na yan, yung mortgage, that also serve as a contract. Okay po? Contract between the entity and the bank. Okay? So, this is a financial liability. Okay, so 5 million. Okay, so mortgage payable. But, yung 500,000, sabi doon, magbabayad daw siya ng principal na 500,000 every December 31. So, in short, yung first 500,000 dito would be paid, okay, within 12 months. And therefore, meron po siyang component ng current and meron din siyang component ng non-current. Yung current would be the 500,000 and yung 4.5 na natira, okay, 4.5 million would be non-current. Okay, so 500,000. Next, salaries payable, 120,000 to be paid on January 5, 2026. So this one is an example also of a financial liability because the settlement is to deliver cash. Okay? And yung payment po niya is January 5, 2026. So in short, within 12 months po siya. So therefore, current. Okay? So 120,000 salaries payable. And current liabilities, 120,000. Next, interest payable. 40,000. Ayan, accrued interest. Okay po. So, ibig sabihin, di ba may mortgage tayo dito? O, nag-accrue daw yung interest niya ng 40,000. Okay po. So, nirecognize na natin yung expense na yan. O, syempre, financial liability po yan. Galing po siya sa contract. Yung mortgage. Tama? Okay. And current ba yan? Yes. Okay, current liability. Kahit na wala pong date, maturity date po yan, ang assumption po natin, basta accrual of interest, okay, always current po yun. Okay? Unless it is, the settlement of such is not within 12 months. Pero pag silent na problem, ang assumption natin ay current yung maturity. So, 40,000 interest. Utilities payable, 25,000. December electricity bill. Yan. So, syempre ito, financial liability yan. We have the contract between the entity and the provider ng electricity. Okay po. And is this a current? The answer is yes. Okay po, current liability. Kasi December bill po yan. Siyempre, di ba, alam natin, ang kuryente, pag silent problem, ang assumption natin dito, babayaran siya after mga 15 days a month or 30 days a month. After a month, parang ganun. After, yan, 30 days after billing, parang ganun. O pag silent problem, current po siya. Okay, so utilities. 25,000. And estimated warranty liability, 85,000. Expected repairs over 6 months. Oh, so this is what? Oh, is this a contract obligation? Yes, but to settle the obligation, hindi po tayo magdi-deliver ng cash or other financial asset, but rather service, yung repairs. Okay po, service kasi yung po-provide natin. And therefore, non-financial liability po siya. And yung payment po niya over the 6 months, pasok siya sa within 12 months. Okay, so current liability po. So, wala po tayo dito. So, financial, but for current, meron 85,000. And this is for warranties. And last, income tax payable, 210,000 due to BIR on April 2026. So, babayaran natin siya within 12 months. So, current, 210. But is this a contract obligation? No. Kasi po, dahil ito po ay tax, babayad natin kay BIR, law, or batas po yung nagbigay. Okay, so this is a non-financial liability. Okay, so wala din po ito. So, income tax. So, let's compute the totals. For financial liabilities, for 50,000 plus 2 million plus 5 million plus 120,000 plus 40,000 plus 25,000. So, we have 7,635,000. Okay. And for current liabilities naman, 450 plus 500,000 plus 120,000 plus 40 plus 25,000 plus 85,000 plus 210,000. So we have 1,430,000. Okay? So yan po yung mga totals po natin. Okay? So ulitin lang po natin. Yung financial po natin, ito, accounts payable, bonds payable, mortgage payable, advances from customers. These are, may nakalimutan pala tayo. Ito, last, sorry. Meron palang advances from customers. Goods to be delivered. Okay po. So, this is an example of non-financial liability. Kasi po, goods yung ibibigay po natin. Dapat cash or other financial asset. And, is this a current? Yes, current po yan. Okay, current liability. Kasi, ang settlement yan February. So, dito dadagdagan natin. Nakalimutan po natin yun. So, ito, wala po siyang dagdag kasi non-financial po yan. Pero for our current, add natin yun. Okay. So, magkano yun? 150. So, plus 150. So, plus 150,000. So, 1,430 plus 150. So, that is 1,580,000. Okay? So, ulitin po natin ulit. Baka may nakaligtaan tayo, no? Accounts payable, financial. Bonds payable, financial. Mortgage payable, financial. Advance, non-financial po yun. Salaries payable, financial. Interest payable, financial. Utilities payable, financial. Estimated warranty liability, hindi po siya financial. Income tax payable, hindi din po siya financial. So, tama ba? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, dapat 6 yun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, tama. Now, for current and non-current, Accounts payable, current. Okay. Bonds payable, non-current po yan. Mortgage, may portion lang na current. Ito yan. So, 1, 2. Advances from customers, current po yan. Salaries payable, current. Interest utilities, current. Utilities, current. Estimated warranty liability, ayun, current. And income tax, current. So, ilan yung current natin? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. At 8. Wait lang. Check natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ito pala. Nakalimutan natin. 6, 7, 8. Ayun. Tama. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ayan. So, nakalimutan po natin. Okay? So, ganun po natin ina-identify yung mga liabilities. Okay? Okay, so practice pa tayo. Let's have problem number 3. Ang requirement po natin, okay, so actually provide brief description, yes or no, on reasoning based on criteria. Or ito na lang. Identify lang natin if it is financial or non-financial po siya and if it is a liability. Okay po? Sige, so date, December 1, ito po yung transaction. The Board of Directors approve a plan, okay, to purchase new delivery truck on February 2026. Is this a liability? The answer is no. Okay po. So, hindi po siya liability kasi po, ang in-approve pa lang is to plan to purchase. Okay? A plan to purchase. So, hindi pa po natin nare-receive yung delivery truck and therefore, there's no liability yet. So, not a liability. O dahil hindi po siya liability, o di automatic, hindi po natin siya identify na financial or non-financial. Next, the company signed a 1-year lease agreement for a warehouse. The lease starts on January 1, 2026. No advance payment was made. So this one is also, there is no liability na kailangan natin i-recognize. So, not a liability. Kasi nga po, hindi pa po nag-i-start yung lease. January 1 pa lang. Okay po? So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa po natin nare-receive yung service. Okay, service ng alin? Yung pag-occupy ng property. Ayan, yung warehouse. Okay po? So, hindi pa po natin nare-receive and therefore, there's no liability yet. Okay? Or there is no present obligation. Okay po. So, actually, itong dalawa na yan, ang tawag po natin sa kanila ay mga executory contract. Ayan. So, executory they are contract, yes, but they are not yet contract obligation that need to be settled. Okay po. And therefore, it is not a liability. December 10, receive 50,000 cash deposit from a customer for a specialized software project that Horizon Tech will start and finish in January 2026. O ito, naka-receive na po tayo. Okay? So, ang tawag natin dito is unearned revenue. Tama ba? Unearned revenue. Di ba kapag unearned revenue po yun, di ba, liability po siya. So, there is a liability. Okay, liability na po siya. Pero what type of liability? Is it a financial or non-financial? So, to answer that, ano po ba yung kailangan natin? Magdi-deliver ba tayo ng cash? Or magpe-perform tayo ng service? Okay. Dito, ang kailangan natin i-perform is service. Kasi kailangan natin magbigay ng specialized software kay customer. And therefore, it is a non-financial liability. Purchase office supplies worth 15,000 on credit. So, ito, nag-purchase na tayo. Ibig sabihin, na-receive na natin yung office supplies or most probably, kung hindi pa man natin na-receive, pero there is a billing statement na. Okay, the supplies, ito, delivered na pala sa atin. So, ibig sabihin, na-receive na nga natin. Delivered immediately, but the invoice will be paid in January. Okay, so kahit na hindi pa po na-receive yung invoice, as long as the supplies already been delivered, ang assumption po natin, considered sold. Okay po. So, dahil ang supplies ay sold, meron na po tayong obligation. Okay po. Is this a contract obligation? Yes. And to settle that, kailangan ba natin siyang bayaran ng cash or other forms of resources? The answer is, syempre, cash, di ba? So, therefore, financial liability. Next, a former employee filed a lawsuit for wrongful termination, seeking 500,000. Legal counsel believe it is probable and the company will lose and can reliably estimate the amount. So dito, ito po yung definition po ng provision. Okay po. So discuss na lang po natin saglit. This is an example of a provision. And a provision is coming from an estimated liability. Okay po. So, although magkakaroon po tayo ng separate discussion po dito. So, tandaan po natin, ito lang po muna yung tatandaan mo, no? Ang provision po, this is considered as a liability. Okay? Na presented sa atin pong financial statement. Pero ano po ba yung criteria para ma-classify siya as provision? Dalawa po. Kailangan, it is measurable. Okay? And probable. Pag wala po yung dalawa dyan, yung dalawa dito, kulang ng isa, hindi po siya pwede ma-classify as provision. And therefore, it is not included among liabilities. Okay? So ito, binanggit ba niya? Probable ba siya? Yes. And meron ba siyang measurable ba? Yes. And it can be estimated reliably or in the estimate the amount. Magkano ba? Ito yun, binanggit na niya mismo. 500,000. So, ayun po. Okay? So, is this a financial or non-financial liability? So, syempre, this is an example of financial. Financial din po ito, no? Yung mga provisions po, by default, or kapag silent ng problem, ang assumption po natin, these arises from a contract din. Okay po? So, financial. Next, Horizon Tech placed a formal order, 50,000 monitors. The supplier has not yet shipped. Okay, hindi pa dumarating. So, the goods as of year-end. So, in short, hindi pa po siya considered sold. Di ba? So, dahil hindi pa lumalabas sa warehouse ni supplier. Okay? So, not a liability. Okay, not liability. Then, December 31, the company's electricity bill for December arrived. It totals 8,500 and it's due on January 15, 2026. So, what is our, is this a liability? Yes. Okay po. Kasi December bill po natin yan. And, is this a financial? Yes, financial liability po yan. Financial liability. Okay? So, ano yung mga financial liability lang? Financial liability, yung December 15, office supplies, yung, ito po, yung provision po natin, and lastly is yung December 31, electricity bill. Non-financial is itong, isa lang, yung in order po ng atin pong customer, o yung advance payment from a customer. So, we only have 4 liabilities. And yung mga hindi po liability, December 1, December 5, and December 27.